You a few weeks ago, you were saying that you feel like you have a wealth of talent, but an experience, but a lot of it through the portal. Is that kind of the big early mission to kind of get all these guys to see if you can get them all to come together?
Yeah, certainly. We do have a lot of guys from the portal, a lot of new guys, not just from the portal too. JUCO transfers and freshmen. It's a largely new team, which is kind of normal in this day and age of college athletics. So it's a good thing, and just trying to get them all to meld together and see what the product looks like.
Compared to other sports, what's that baseball challenge like to get all these guys to come together so quick early in the year?
I can't speak to the other sports because I only coach this one, but at the end of the day, it's to me, it's about caring about each other. You know, it takes time to get to know each other and really care about each other and love each other and support each other. There's going to be rough times. It's a long season and it's a difficult game. So, yeah, really it's just getting each other to care about each other. Yeah.
Being picked to finish fourth in the league this year, how do you set the expectations for what this team can accomplish?
I hope we finish higher. So fourth is okay. I mean, I really don't, it sounds crazy, but I really don't know how good we are yet just because there's so many new people. I don't really, to be very blunt, I don't know if fourth place is good or bad for the team. That might sound crazy, but I need to see us against other people because of all the new people. I'd like to think we have the talent to finish first. That's our goal at this time. So, I don't pay too much attention to where we're picked to finish. I'd like to play good baseball and improve the whole season. That's what I'm after. Play good baseball and improve the whole season.
Third or fourth won the tournament last year, if I remember.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that tournament's hard to win. You got to get right. You got to get hot at the right time. So last 2 years we didn't, and 3 years ago we did. So we'll see where that shakes out.
How's your program how have you seen your program change since you've been here? What's kind of been the evolution of roster management and all that stuff?
I think we're better. Clearly, we've come in. The evidence says we're better because we've come in second place in our league the last 2 years, and then 3 years ago we came in third place and second place in the tournament. So we've had some pretty good showings now. Clearly, the goal, like I said, at this time the goal is first place. But people like East Carolina, they're going to have more talent than us with their facility. They're recruiting, if not nationally, they're certainly recruiting the entire eastern seaboard of the United States, and they've got a ton of talent. So it is what it is. We like that. We like the mission of beating people that, quote, have more talent than us. Makes it more fun when you do beat them. So I think it's fair to say we're winning more than when I first got here, but we haven't come in first. We haven't won the whole thing yet, and that's not good enough. So until we do that, we won't be entirely happy. And I think once we do that, we'll try to go to the College World Series. That'll be the next goal.
A lot of unknowns, but is there excitement for the schedule this year, getting another run-in with A&M and then Texas and even getting to play East Carolina later in the season?
Yeah, that'll be fun. I hope that's for first place, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Second to last weekend of the year. But yeah, no, every year we try to play as good a schedule as we can, whoever will play us. This year it's a good one. We go to Texas, we go to Texas A&M, we go to Baylor, we go to TCU. Not Baylor, but those other three teams are all ranked in the top 20 right now. So DBU, that's the other one that's in the top 20. We go to DBU on a weekend. So it's a challenging schedule, but a fun schedule that we're looking forward to.
How's your pitching staff this year?
I hope it's good, Jerry. You might have better insights than me. No, it's good. It's not deep. I don't think it's deep enough, but it could be. A lot of Braylon Owens, Zach Royce, Rob Orlowski are all back, and they're good pitchers. Super excited to have them. They're going to be good. They're going to be reliable. They're going to be steady, and they're going to pitch a lot as long as they're healthy. I joked with them a little bit already. I used to tell them, hey, if you walk two guys in an inning, I'm going to come take you out. And I don't know that that's going to be I hope they don't walk two guys in an inning, but I've already told them I'm going to be leaving you in there a little longer than I used to. So we need to get some development from some of the younger guys or some of the new guys. And I think they're on their way to doing that.
Have you determined yet who your starters are for the opening weekend?
The three guys I mentioned, I don't know if they'll all three be starters because someone needs to fill the role left by Ruger, and then the year before Simon Miller had the role, which we call stopper. I think in the major leagues you call it a closer, but we use them sooner than they do in the major leagues. In other words, we use them out of the bullpen, but we'll use them in the 5th inning.
Right.
We need to find that role, and it could be one of those 3 guys. But two of those 3 guys I think are starters, and maybe one of those 3 guys is the stopper. But we have some other good pitchers too. We just need to see what they do against people that don't wear the same color uniform. In other words, not an inter-squad game. Yep.
Coach, what do you hope your identity is this season?
Same as other seasons, I think. I hope we're tough-minded. We deal with adversity like grown-ups. That's important in baseball. It's probably important in every other sport. I'm sure Jeff and Karen talk about the same type of things. But we got to be able to handle adversity because it's coming. 56-game schedule. Again, playing people that probably have more talent than us with the Longhorns and the Aggies and some of those people. But those are all good things. And so just being able to handle adversity like a grown-up, in other words, embracing it, not making excuses for it, looking at it in the mirror and trying to improve. That's who I hope we are.
Coach, what are your expectations for Mason this year? Earning a lot of preseason accolades right now.
You know, honestly, he's going to have a good year, but he had such a great year last year. It's unfair to say the expectations are to go out and have a better year. I'm sure he'd like to do that, and I'd like him to do that. But really, at this point, I don't want Mason to put too much pressure on himself. At the end of the day, I want him to enjoy it.
Are there ways you've seen him kind of change or grow as a player from last year to this year?
He was quiet last year. He's maybe not as quiet, but he's certainly not loud. So not really, you know, to be real to the point. He hasn't changed too much. He comes out here ready to play every day, and he quietly plays well. That's who he is.
We've seen the landscape of athletics change with NIL and transfer portal. How's that affected your program, and what do you need to see happen to have a positive change to continue, building your program higher?
The long and short of it is we need more money. We need more resources. A lot of people use the portal as a recruiting tool. In other words, they have NIL collective pretty soon. Maybe that's coming from the schools, I guess, with this settlement that's due this semester. And we would certainly like to get there. Right now, we have small NIL amounts that we're using simply to try to retain the people like Mason that are really good players that were recruited away from us. And we're fortunate he chose to stay. So that's what we need right now. First and foremost is we just need more resources to retain our best people. We lost Ruger basically to NIL. And if we could have matched it, I think Ruger might have stayed. I don't think he was unhappy. I just think money's money. So we need more resources like everybody else. But we're not losing sleep over it. We get to play and coach baseball, and we're grateful for that, and we enjoy it.
Was that a conversation with Mason through the offseason about the benefits of staying here versus the options that are out there?
It was over the summer. We had a couple conversations about it, yes.
What kind of points did you want to make, or what's sort of the case for you?
He was recruited away as well. He chose to stay, and to his credit, he brought up some good points that we just talked about, which was he knows what he has here in terms of not maybe having to prove himself as much in the fall and in the early spring right now. In other words, if he's a little banged up or just maybe got off to a slow start at UTA, which I hope he doesn't, he's gonna be in the lineup. His name's gonna be in the lineup. So things like that he understood, and then I think just the familiarity of the school, the environment, the classes, the coaches, all that stuff is helpful. And I think Mason was aware of it, and like I said, some of it he brought up. So we just had those conversations this summer, and like I said, he chose to stay.
We kind of got spoiled watching Matt King for the last few years. Who do you have? Who you're looking at shortstop?
We got a couple options. I think if he's healthy, I think at this point I can say it'll be Ty Hodges' job to lose. Very, very talented player. Lots of tools. A little bit banged up. That's been the only knock on him in his college. He's a fourth-year college player. He started at A&M, and then he was at HCU. last 2 years and missed one season because of an injury. So, and he's a little banged up now, but the talent is there to be a terrific baseball player, and we're excited to have him. But if Ty's not able to go with the injuries, it would be Jordan Bain, local freshman from Bernie, terrific player. Yeah, so those would probably be the leading two candidates.
Diego,
Second base? Yeah, I think so. Jordan is battling Diego tooth and nail. Is that the expression?
nail and tooth.
They're very similar players, left-handed hitters, on-base guys, gritty contact guys that both run the base as well. It's fun to watch them. And they could end up, like I said, if Ty's not healthy, they could end up at short and second. But yeah, Diego is the front runner to play second base.
How's your outfield? Your outfield defense carried you a lot last year. What does that look like? I don't know. Mason's
It's good.
Probably
Mason's
in
in
the
center. Mason's in center. Ty Odom is a center fielder, but Mason kind of wins the job by default. But Ty Odom's in left right now, and Tauzig's in right field. 3 good defenders, 2 really, really good defenders, and Tauzig's a good defender too. He's just not as fast as the other 2. And then we got a couple other guys that can really swing the bat that we need to find a spot for, and Garrett Gruhl and Drew Dellison that both play outfield. So one of those guys could end up DHing, and we could platoon a little bit lefty righty some as well.
Who's the leading candidate among the catchers?
Man, that's a hard one. You could ask all the coaches, and we might give you all different answers because they're all playing well. It's a good problem to have. Moresi throws the best. That's the only reason I might lean toward Moresi, is he does throw a little better than the other ones. They all play very good defense. They all want to hit more than they hit last year, and up to now they are. Andrew Stuckey led the fall in home runs and slugging, and he had huge numbers coming in JUCO year before. So they got to be right there, and Palmer's got all kind of talent as well. So it's a good problem to have as a coach. Right now, there's not enough innings to go around behind the plate, but we'll get them all in there.
Pat, appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you.
Thanks.